Oh my goodness, how was I able to make this soap? Scented with candy cane fragrance oil, spearmint essential oil, and atomic fireball fragrance. All of this soap is a mint explosion. Stay tuned to see all the steps I use to make this beautiful soap. Hello and good day, good evening, good night, good morning, good everything. My name is Natasha, and in today's video I am making a holiday themed soap with candy cane fragrance oil, atomic fireball fragrance oil, and spearmint essential oil. And guess what I'm gonna call it? I'm gonna call it the Buffalo Plaid Candy Cane Spearmint Atomic Fireball Soap. Say that 3 times fast. No guys, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna name it that long name. But I did wanted to show you guys how I was able to accomplish this Buffalo Plaid soap. And I did use the Buffalo Plaid Technique. If you haven't seen my previous video on when I made a Buffalo Plaid soap, please watch it. It's a really good video. In this video, I did use soap that I had previously made. I mean, the design was like, wah, wah. I didn't like how the design came out. And it had candy cane and spearmint fragrance oil in it already, and I didn't want to waste it. So what I decided to do is to take a small percentage of that soap and blend it and make a new design. That way I'm not wasting fragrance, I'm not wasting soap, and I can accomplish a new batch that looks better, right? Isn't that, I mean, you win in all situations. So what you see me doing now is I'm taking my first set of squares, blending it with a batter that was colored with titanium dioxide. And you see those beautiful red specks in it. It almost looked like peppermint bark, right? That's what I was trying to accomplish. And I'm cutting them into these columns or cubes, if you will. And I decided to do 1 inch. In my previous soap, I did a 1/2 inch. I wanted to do a bigger square this time, so I decided to do the 1 inch by 1 inch by the length of the soap loaf. For my columns that are going to be green, I actually used the neon green mica, and I used a little bit of spearmint essential oil in the batter. Guys, it smells like straight up chewing gum. It smells so nice. And I've used this essential oil before, and when I tell you, when the steam hits that scent, it smells so clean. There's something about like that minty scent that makes you feel like clean. I don't know, that's just me anyway. I don't know if you feel like mint reminds you of clean or something, but I love that scent. we're going to assemble this beautiful soap. And as you can see, I'm putting in spacers so that the soap can maintain its space. So when you're pouring your liquid soap in between these spaces, the solid soap might float or have a tendency to move, and then when you cut your soap, you realize your squares don't look like plaid. It looks kind of wonky. So spacers are excellent at holding the soap in place, and even when the soap is curing, it'll hold it in place. Now, I will tell you guys one word of advice as far as setting up this soap with the columns. Make sure you create your column pieces the same day, and make sure you install them the same day, because I'm gonna tell you the mistake that I made, which is I did the white columns one day and the next day I did the green columns, and guess what happened? The sizes were different even though I cut them the same. So can anybody guess what happened? I'll give you time. I give you the Jeopardy song to figure it out. Now I'll tell you. The water in the column evaporated. So as the soap is curing, the soap shrunk. So when I went to try to install the soaps, they were different sizes. And by a lot, I might add. Because when I weighed the columns, they were originally 4 ounces. And I think it was 4.5. And then it was 4.1. And then when I weighed it again, it was 3.5. So that's a lot of evaporation. And that's a big difference in size. Also, the way I've calculated how much batter to make for each poured section, I weighed the column. So let's just say my column was 3.5 ounces. I would then create the soap batter that's 3.5, or maybe a little bit more, maybe 4 ounces to fill in the space. Another tip that I would give is, you see these side pieces that I'm putting on the side? I probably wouldn't do this. I probably would just do one single piece for the whole side instead of the individual pieces, because I want to prevent the soap from separating while someone is washing with it or while it's curing. And another piece of advice I would give is, when assembling the soap, add a small layer of your cold processed soap batter to kind of glue it together a little bit. I think that next time I make this soap, I'm going to make sure I do that, because I kind of noticed when I was cutting the soap that some pieces had like pockets in it, or they weren't as together as I would like them to be. So I would use some of the wet batter to kind of adhere it, like glue, you know what I mean? If you're a soap maker, definitely try to make this soap. There's so many beautiful variations you can make. It's just really fun to make if you're really into creativity and making something. But another piece of advice I would give in making this soap, and something that I learned, is that you see how the soap is setting up here? This is like, no, you do not want your soap to look like that. You want your soap to be as liquid as possible, because it fills in all the little spaces and gaps, and you don't have to worry about air pockets developing in between the layers. And when I cut the soap, you are going to see 1 or 2 bars that will show that, but you prevent that by actually pouring it liquid. So are you guys ready to see how it came out? All right, now hold on to your reindeer. What? Who's ready for a picnic? Who's ready to go on a picnic with the wine and the grapes and sandwiches? I'm ready. Or Kool-Aid, whatever. this came out really nice. Patience is a virtue when making this soap because I really didn't want wonky squares. She needs a little cleaning up. I know she looks a little messy, but my goodness, what a beautiful design. Guys, though, I'm going to tell you something. I have to admit something. I have to invest in a cutter that allows for soap tops. I can't do this no more. The struggle is real. I'm there squishing the tops. I was so pissed off in cutting this soap. But I really got to invest in a better soap cutter. But oh my gosh, the soap just came out beautiful. You see all the little red specks in it. You see of course you see the little air pocket. That's what I was telling you about before. Pour your soap liquid if you want to avoid that. But oh my goodness, this smells good too. It smells good. It smells like mint and cinnamon and candy cane and sugar. Came out nice and it smells nice. This is a beautiful holiday soap. What holiday? Any holiday. You can just have a holiday of celebrating life, celebrating friendships, celebrating relationships. Can I admit something to you guys though? I literally have friends that are more family than family. Isn't that crazy? Just relationships themselves, the good ones. Look at them as family ties. You know, you don't have to be blood related. But when I tell you this soap came out wicked, it came out wicked. I want you guys to really, especially now, protect your energy. Keep the faith, keep your spirits high. Please watch more of my videos. I have more coming out. I'm wishing you guys all the best, all the positivity. Anybody who's watching this video, I'm personally sending you good vibes, good energy, and good health and prosperity. Please like, share, and subscribe. Watch more of my videos. And you guys, I see you on the next one.